Welcome to the One Beer Podcast. I'm Joe Carberry. The One Beer Podcast is presented by 805, a light, refreshing beer from California's Central Coast. It's best served cold and easily enjoyed everywhere. Look for the black and white can or find it on draft.
I feel like I just cracked the code in the corporate. You know what I mean? Like, if you look to my right, it's WSL, the one house. Next house, WSL. Next house is the rootsy Johnsons. They're awesome. Locals from over here. And next house, O'Neill House. And then you go, okay, let's go to the left of my house. Volcom. Next house, Quicksilver. Then my dad. Then our friend Mark Harlow. These guys are crazy. It's just like surf.
You are
Pipeline,
you're like the
midnight.
CEO that made it himself and like.
No, so what I'm saying is like, why can't I be a part of this movement? You know, these guys are building these brands around Pipeline, and this is our backyard.
Jamie O'Brien is his own media outlet. During the course of his career, aside from attaining most every goal he set out to achieve, like winning the Pipe Masters and owning a home overlooking his favorite wave, he's also become a prolific creator of content. As he puts it, he's cracked the code. While huge corporate entities have worked at building brands around the Banzai Pipeline, Jamie, who grew up on the sand there, was able to elbow his way in with the big boys, creating as authentic a brand as any of them. I visited Jamie at his house overlooking the most famous wave in the world. It was a lot more clean and orderly than you'd imagine. We talked about Jamie's show, Going Independent, how much he loves creating videos, and what core actually means in the modern world of surf. Cheers, brother. Cheers. At Jamie O'Brien's house, right by Pipeline, right behind it. Beautiful spot on the North Shore with a beautiful view of Feathering Pipe. Crazy time of year for you, I know. Chasing you around is pretty crazy for you, huh? You ready for the season to be over with?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. October is a little bit busy. November gets a lot more busy, and then December comes, and it's a shit show. For the good and bad. It's good because you see all your friends, you get to catch up with everybody, and that's what really matters. Lineups are packed and hectic, and 80 guys out every time Pipe's good, at least 80, maybe 100 people. So between that and walking outside your house and people wanting pictures and whatever and all that stuff's fine. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, well, we wanted to talk to you, at least once every 5 years. We post all your content. It's pretty radical stuff. It gets like tons of views. So I think you're kind of you mentioned this the other day. You were like, I don't do much with other pubs. It's just because I gotta like concentrate on my own stuff, And is that kind of like you were like to me exemplify the athlete becoming his own media outlet?
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was always like, when I was younger, I was making movies. I made Freak Side, a movie called Freak Show. Then I dreamed up Who is J.O.B. And, I did it all myself, me and a few of my buddies. And so I was always really into that. And my dad always had me going and making videos. And I don't know, my dad just I feel like he just taught me how to weirdly market myself. He was like telling me to make websites when I was like 11. Build a website.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, So like, kind of like, felt like we were always like, just in front of the curve a lot. And then, then we did 8 seasons with Red Bull, Who is JLB 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, and then whatever. It just kept going and it just kept getting better. And then kind of stepped back and I was like, all right, well, what happens if it all ends now? What do I end up with? And so that's what kind of drove me to start the YouTube channel. I was like, I need to start my own YouTube channel, just start building out that platform. And is it going to work? Are people even going to be into this? What am I doing? I don't know, but kind of had a vision and stuck with it. And it's been very successful.
Yeah, it's working.
Yeah, stoked.
But like your show though, I mean, kind of, can you like straighten us out on the facts though? Like, Who is J.O.B. is essentially, that's like what you've created, what people know you for, but it has ended, right? That show is officially over now.
Yeah. I felt like, just like coming up through the ranks is like, everyone was like, Jamie's a pipe surfer. And I was like, I don't want everyone to think I'm a pipe surfer. So then next thing you know, I was doing rodeo clowns, like competing with, the best of the best, and then kind of stop caring about that as much and wanting to make my own videos, and then to like working with Taylor Still a little bit, and then giving him footage, and then him asking me for footage, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna give you footage anymore. Just trying to do it myself. Like
ownership. Have ownership. That's the thing. You don't want to like do stuff for other people, build somebody else's brand when you have your own brand, right? I mean, why would you want to do that?
Well, I think for me, being 36 and kind of filled out my life dreams, whatever, when the Pipe Masters, surf perfect pipe and get bombs.
Live right by pipe.
Like, how does this even happen? You can't even dream up the situation. And
I'm looking out the window at lines coming in from miles away. I mean, yeah, this is definitely
I can't say you could have just dreamed this up, but my dad dreamed it up, and the vision is from him. So, I mean, now owning a house at Pipeline behind Jerry Lopez, the Master's house. Obviously, it's not his house anymore, but it will always be called the Jerry Lopez house. Just being amongst it and a part of it and paddling out the pipe and sitting out there with a group of friends to almost a possibility to possibly get almost any which one of these waves that your friend doesn't want or whatever, trading off bombs at pipe. You would have never dreamt that in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
So it's super cool to live here and be a part of the movement, and definitely got to embrace everything that's happening, and it's hard sometimes as far as just people and parties and just so much going on.
The circus is in town. It gets hot. You're like, God, this sucks.
How many more people do you think come into the North Shore? Like, okay, we're mid. Let's just call it midsummer. There's no one here.
There's got to be like.
It's December.
There's probably
10,000.
Oh, I bet there's over 1 million that come through.
No, but like, do you think like on the North Shore, like on that day-to-day grind, surfing, hanging out, like?
There's thousands. Yeah. Don't you think? There's got to be.
So just imagine our lineups.
This
doesn't happen anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, I know.
Especially to this extreme,
How do you? I think I've asked a couple people this. Like, how do locals take it? Do they get like people that aren't surfing? It's just like day-to-day people. It's just like, oh my God, or like, oh, I'm gonna make money off this. I don't care. Which is it?
I think they're pissed off. There's traffic. There's this. There's that. There's traffic in Foodland. There's traffic at Pipe. There's traffic at freaking Lani Akea.
Some girl called it Dude Land the other day.
It is Dude Land because everyone's like, "Hey, what's up, dude? What's up, dude?"
No shirt, no shoes.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a very special place to live. There's nothing like it.
But June is amazing.
I love it. I know what I do. I wake up and it's flat. And I'm like, all right, what am I going to do today? Here's my options. Take the boat out, go fishing. Take the sailboat out, go sailing.
Go surf in town, maybe.
Maybe go surf Sandy's. Look at swell maps, try to figure out. Eventually, we need to get out of here because there's no waves. Clean. We're just cleaning, doing yard work. It's real. It's as real as it gets. And if you live here, And that's a hard thing that all these people show up at all these houses, and then it's just like it turns into a shit show.
Yeah.
This is our home.
Well, I do have to say, I mean, just looking around here to paint a picture for the listeners, this place is impeccably clean. I didn't think that Jamie O'Brien would be so type A.
Yeah.
Very organized.
Well, my outlook is I grew up in a house. I was always fortunate. My dad always made sure we lived on the beach. I don't know how it happened. We still live on the beach. Didn't grow up with a lot, and whatever I earn, I am very grateful. So I take care of my stuff, and I'm very neat, and I clean.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't know.
Are you like one of those middle-aged mothers that's like, took a little bit too much Valium,
Just like, no Valium, just some Red Bull. No, I don't know. I just like to take care of things, and I'm very lucky to have what I have, and I'm stoked.
Yeah, I mean, and I noticed that downstairs there's a couple of guys working on that work on the video projects for you, and they seem stoked to be here, dude. So yeah. It's like you're taking care of them, and is that it's got to be kind of fun to run a crew like that, huh?
It's fun, and what I think it is, and my personal it's just my personal opinion. I think it's as core as surfing gets. what we're doing. We're surfing, we're having fun, we're running a little business, and it's fun. It's cool. I hire my friends. We hang out together, you know, we make videos together, and we have this online library of your life. And there's nothing better to me than sharing it with everybody that wants to follow the journey of what's it like to be a pro surfer. You don't have to be so serious, or you could buckle down and get serious. You know, I don't know. It's just like, just trying to like, just do what we do.
Yeah, well, what about that separation between like, is it hard to sometimes separate your life between like reality star and real person? I mean, because you kind of have to keep that reality episodes going all year long. I mean, does it get kind of difficult and like a little bit touchy, or do you just kind of like just be real and do you?
It gets a little difficult at times in the summer, but like as far as like building content, but as far as like I really love the drive. I really love that I told the people that I'm going to be delivering these videos for you this day at this time, and this is what I'm promising you. So staying true to my word is really cool. And to have the people that watch the videos and the supporters and all their like awesomeness like of support, and I deliver the videos. We're on it, man. Like we're like dropping these videos every Monday and Thursday, and trying to figure out how to be better and trying not to water it down and trying to like, you know, just learning every day.
Do you feel like you could produce a TV show on your own, separate from yourself?
Would
Would that be a challenge?
I'm just like invested in what I'm doing, and I'm having fun doing it. And I really feel like I'm tired of other people making money off of what I'm doing. And that's why I'm very, in my own words, I'm very glad people like Surfer Magazine are disappearing, because I feel like they've had so much control over the surf industry for so long. And yeah, at one point that was everything in surfing. And now it's not going that direction. And you know, like I remember we go on a surf trip and we're like, all right, we're going to Indo. Jamie, pay for your ticket, pay for your boat trip, and we'll see you there. You'll get in the magazine maybe.
And we'll own the footage.
Exactly. We'll own everything. Go there, fly to Indonesia, spend $3,000 on tickets, spend another $5,000 to get on the boat, to be a part of the crew. And then do you get the shot? Do they like you?
Yeah.
Do you come home after spending $6,000 or $7,000 when you're 20 years old? Do you come home and do you get a one page? Do you get a spread? Do you get a cover and 3 spreads? Like, what do you like? You know, so like they could be like, yes, no, no, yes.
Yeah.
And I feel that for once in my life, I own all my content, and I could do whatever I want. I could film whatever I want, and my sponsors are over the moon. They're like, I wish every athlete was like you. They go out there, they work for it, they work hard, they integrate product perfectly and easily. It's everything streamlined. We like this. I mean, it's pretty, right? I mean,
well, you were able to change that. It's like, and I kind of experienced the same thing, you know, during my career as an editor. I've gone from print to digital and watched and had to kind of adjust as that transition has happened.
Yep.
You've kind of like punched that in the face. Like, no, dude, I'm going straight to digital. I'm done with this shit. So is that kind of how you feel? You were just like, oh, when did that transition occur for you? When were you just like, fuck it, I'm going to do what I want to do?
I always kind of felt like that was my vibe. And we did this thing with Intersections. Taylor Still movie called Intersections.
Yeah, I remember. It's good.
Enter your best clips.
Of course.
Win $100,000. I'm going to win this thing. So came down to it. I felt I had the best part. And Albie's ripping. And I'm stoked Albie won, because I felt like it was a really good come up platform for Albie.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like the platform was technically built for people like Albie. So we make this video, and I was like, I found the perfect song, and it was called Fuck the System. And it was basically a big middle finger to the whole system. And at the end of it, Taylor was like, I really loved your part. I think it won, but the music.
Ooh.
My delivery is right back to him still. Fuck the system. And it's not, and like whatever. Like
That's a light
that's
bulb
just
for
how
you.
I feel. That was my own light bulb, you
Right,
know.
yeah.
Like, if I could do this, I'm not saying I'm not using the system, but like,
Well, there had to be industry things that worked for you too. I mean,
Exactly.
Server Pole just finally acknowledged you this year, right? So that was
just acknowledged me. We as and like, what is surfer pole? I thought these polls are like what the fans want to see. It's, you know, like how do you come down to like, oh well, this guy voted, this guy voted, this guy voted, this girl voted, this guy, and this, and that's it.
yeah.
It's what the fans want, right?
Yeah.
And in all reality, it's not like who thinks who's who. It's like, let the fans vote. And
And that's not what you're thinking it is. It's
No,
supposed to be. It's a poll, right?
it's
supposed
money.
to be. Yeah, I know.
It is money.
There's always what's going on behind the doors, of course. You know
It's
that
money. Everybody's got to make money.
Yeah.
And they're making some money.
Well, you have a good handle on this, and I want to ask you this question because the World Surf League kind of takes this, and you participate in their events. It's like, do you think there's a big separation between core surf fans and what's being put out by the World Surf League? Like, what's going on in professional surfing, just competitive side? Do you think the fans are disenchanted? Because you look at the online comments and they're kind of nasty, you know? Like, people are like, I don't
Well,
know.
there's a lot of, you know, people
are grumpy.
speak their minds.
Yeah.
And people are grumpy. And then that's why I feel like with our vlogs, we like really bring a cool, positive impact, like very like upbeat, you know, vibe to it. It's not serious. It's fun. And I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. I think WSL is the biggest, baddest internet surfing platform on the face of the earth.
Yeah.
And it's a monster. And it's like, whatever. I don't know. I you know,
I think
like,
people always
you
are
could say
after
bad things about it and you say good things, but they are the monster.
big guy, yeah.
They are the big guy, and they got all the numbers to prove it, and they do put on some of the greatest events on the earth.
for
you know?
sure, yeah. But you're involved in too, you know.
I get to be a part of some of them.
Yeah,
But maybe not. That's not what it's all about, you know, because it's hard to relate.
yeah. I mean, then that's why people love to watch what you do. You know, I think because you have the moments of jumping off the rock, trying to freaking bomb drop, and you know, or acid drop, or shore break surfing, the crappy waves that we all have to surf. You know, and that's kind of like, I think that's what people are looking for. Is the reality is shitty sometimes, and you have to deal with it.
And you make the best of it.
That's right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just stoked to kind of, well, and the way I think living here, it's like, all right, so I'm 36 now. I moved to the house John grew up in at Pipe, right next to Lifeguard Tower. We moved in there when I was about 5 years old, and I grew up here. I saw it all.
Yeah.
Or maybe not all of it, you know, and being a part of this whole thing. And then, you know, when I was 15, we moved to the 50-yard line at Pipe. And then I got fortunate enough to buy the house behind Jerry Lopez's house, and which in theory is the original Jerry Lopez house, because there used to be a house here and a yard in front, and they made some deal, and they ended up building that house. And then everybody, Jerry bought the house. Jerry and Herbie, and I think there was another owner, bought the house from this guy, Fat Paul, and then Fat Paul kept the back house. So, and Fat Paul helped build the house.
So you bought Fat Paul's house.
I bought the original Jerry Lopez house.
Okay.
And then that was the new like
Okay.
statement, like, boom, we're here. That the house in front of me right there, that house is, to me, God's view of Pipeline. That's the way I always looked at it, and I always will. But to be in my position and be right in the middle of this corporate world, I feel very fortunate, because I feel like I just cracked the code in the corporate. You know what I mean? Like, if you look to my right, it's like, it's WSL, the one house. Next house, WSL. Next house is the Rootsy Johnsons. They're awesome. Locals from over here. And next house, O'Neill House. And then you go, okay, let's go to the left of my house. Volcom. Next house, Quicksilver. Yeah. Then my dad. Then our friend Mark Harlow. These guys are crazy. They just like surf
You are like
Pipeline,
you're like the CEO
midnight.
that made it himself and like.
No, so what I'm saying is like, why can't I be a part of this movement? You know, these guys are building these brands around Pipeline, and this is our backyard.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Volcom's building their brand, Surfline's building their brand, Quicksilver's building their brand. They're all building their brand in our backyard. So how do we build this brand? How do we build it out to be core? Because
We are the North Shore. This is what the North Shore is
we're
about.
core.
Yeah.
Surfing is not as core as it used to be.
Oh God.
And
no.
there's a lot of core surfers.
It's huge though. It's way bigger than any other sport like snowboarding or
Well, it's like-
skiing or mountain biking. It's just bigger. It is.
I remember, let's just throw it out. I remember cruising in a surf shop and going, hey, you guys want to carry, when I used to ride for Body Glove, I had a signature wetsuit. I'm like, you guys want to carry Body Glove? They go, the Body Glove's not core. I sell that in Costco.
The scuba diving. Yeah.
All right. None of these companies are core. Quicksilver sold to who?
Yeah, it's like board riders. Or
Okay.
Yeah.
Who? I don't know who owns Quicksilver, but you know, the legend himself, was it Bob that started? No.
No, that's no. It's oh yeah. I'm losing. I know.
And
Anyway, didn't Quicksilver buy Rosignol skis or something like that?
see,
And then the whole,
dude, this whole thing is not core. Volcom's not core.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Are they?
Not anymore.
Okay. Is Rip Curl core?
Probably not anymore.
Not anymore. And hey,
Hey, if you end up in JCPenney, you're probably not core.
I'm
anymore.
not saying they're you know, like, hey, they built out the perfect plan.
But don't let them tell you they're core.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just
I know,
going back to the surf shops. And I said back to the guy at surf shop, I go, what, core? I'm one of the only professional athletes that comes in your store and buys wax and takes pictures with people in your store. That is as core as it gets. So I think what we're doing right now and just being surfers and filming and hiring my friends, I think that's as core as it gets.
And
being a product of my environment.
yeah, I think that does capture kind of the essence of what we're all trying to do out here. Just have fun in the water, right? So
I guess sitting here with you and me is pretty core.
yeah,
You know,
I mean,
like,
it doesn't get much more down to earth surf than this. You know, looking at that thing break out there, God, the wind is kind of crazy on it.
I just think, I don't know.
No, it's a good point. I never thought of that. You know, it's like a lot of these corporate entities did kind of come in and try to take over this whole area, and it's like, what happens to it's crazy. One couple more questions. One is I want to know, like, I'm sure you're so dialed in with the analytics thing and like what's going on. When you put out like a part or a segment, what gets the most reaction from people? Is it Rex or like what do you see gets the most views? Purely.
Well, people like to see people fail. It's very sad. People love it. YMS shore break, Keiki shore break, sup squatch wipeouts,
Dams.
big wipeouts, anything. You know, because it's got that oh shit factor, and you're like, oh shit, and that's gonna make you want to speak. And surfing pipeline is definitely that, you know, cool beauty thing, but I think just the wow factor, really, you know, like how far do you want to push it? What can we ride the wave on that no one's ever done? And just flipping on every stone that's unturned in surfing, trying to figure out what is that and how to take something that was nuts and make it nutser. Crazy, you know. I don't know.
Nutter. Or bigger, better, and badder. You've done a good job of that. But give us a preview 2020. What are we looking at?
No, I don't know.
Just whatever comes up.
I just want to film vlogs. I want to make videos. I want to document my life. I want to have fun. I want to, you know, I just want to build my fan base and work hard. I want to work harder than anybody, you know, and I really want to work hard because I really love it. And I know that I don't have to do this and I don't have to make these videos, but I want to share my life and I want to make videos and it's fun. And I know that surfing's window is not that big.
Mm-hmm.
And you know,
there's an end to all this.
So far, I've checked all my boxes in life, and I'm stoked. I live at Pipe. I own a house here. I'm a product of my environment, and give thanks to, you know, my dad and raising me here and kind of just letting me know that this is the reality. And yeah, I'm stoked. It's just, I want to work hard. I want to work harder. I want to be better. I want to build our little brand, stay psyched, and push a positive movement and have as much fun as we can.
That's pretty rad, Jamie.
Yeah.
You're a good dude.
Thanks
buddy.
Appreciate
it.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking the time.
No worries, dude.
Thanks for listening to the One Beer Podcast. 805 Beer would like to remind you to drink responsibly and chill.